Hey guys, welcome back to the Freelance Dance. This is episode 2. My name is Samantha Brown. I'm sorry for the quality of light. I borrowed my sister's camera because she has a really great camera. It's got excellent video quality, but I did not notice that it was a very long lens, and therefore, I had to put it pretty far away from me, and I'm in my car, so it doesn't, I don't think it lets in a whole lot of light, but it's still an awesome camera. So, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about in this episode. The first one is why I want to freelance. When I was in school, it was kind of like this, like people would talk about it as a possibility, but for some reason everyone seemed like it was kind of a last resort sort of thing. And there was even like a teacher or somebody they brought in who gave us a little presentation on freelancing. I think he was an alumni. And it was excellent, really informative stuff, but just the way he explained it, the way he set the stage was like that it wasn't his choice. He really didn't want to be doing this, and he was really looking for a job, but this was just to make ends meet while he was searching for other stuff. And it sounded like he was grateful for it, and that it was helping him to make a decent amount of money, but that, it was nothing to do full-time. And so I remember asking him, and he said, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't, of course I didn't mean it that way. It's a perfectly viable, path, but I personally want to work at a studio." So why do I, as a recent graduate, not want to go straight to a studio and then maybe later on get into freelancing? I've thought about it. I'm not totally against getting a full-time job. I think that, it'd be fun in a lot of ways, but I've always been a pretty independent person. I really enjoy I enjoy being by myself. I'm not a complete loner, but I'm definitely more of an introvert, and this seemed like I was just always attracted to it a little bit more. So I am just the flexibility of it is one thing that appeals to me, is that I've always been kind of against some sort of schedule, some sort of routine. I'm an organized person, and I write lists, and I'm really kind of I'm a perfectionist, so it surprises even me that I like things that I don't like routines more, but I'm not sure that it's not a routine. I don't mind a routine, and sometimes I think I need them and they're healthy for me, but I cringe at the idea that I can never change the routine. I don't want to start working for a place and have to conform to their routine. I would like to create my own routine. I'd like to make something that works best for me. I want to be this well-rounded person, and I don't want, having to work 10 hours at a job, for that to be what I have to do. I want it to be what I want to do. And obviously if I'm freelancing, yes, there will be some aspect of, yes, I have to do this to make money, but it's still under my power, it's my responsibility. And so I think that doing it on my own would also feel a lot more fulfilling at the end of it as well. I may not get as big of projects, or just the grand scope of something is not going to be the same, but I like that too. That's also sort of flexibility. It's like you work on this project and you devote yourself to it, and then the next time around you're like, that was fun, let's try something different, you know what I mean? And I can try different things. I can do an architectural rendering one day, and then maybe a rendering of, or some sort of an animation, like some sort of video for a promotional video the next day. So it'd be fun to just have that flexibility. Also, for flexibility is travel. That's a big one. I think, when people ask you, where do you see yourself in 20 years from now? And that's going to give you this, grand answer about what you want to do with the rest of your life. I picture myself, I picture myself traveling, but I picture myself being able to go anywhere and say, okay, cliche answer, let's go to Paris. I get a little flat somewhere, or, I'm not even sure how to go about this, but even, if I'm being successful enough, I get a cute little hotel, and I work for a couple days on this project, and I've paid for my trip. You know what I mean? Something like that. Just the flexibility of, yes, I'm working, but I'm in Paris. I'm looking out my window, and there's the Eiffel Tower. Something like that. And I like biking a lot, so I thought it'd be cool to do little tours of different places like that. You can have the flexibility to do that in the morning, take a bike ride around the Taj Mahal, and then in the afternoon work on a client project. To be on a team, I'm sure I could do it, and I'm sure that it'd be fun, and there'd be ups and downs to it, but you have to be really candid with a group like that, and I know that, and I would try to be like that, but I am quiet, and it is harder for me to be open and honest about my ideas for a project, feedback, things like that. And it's like, if you're working by yourself, you don't need to do that, because it's completely you, and you're free to take risks. You're free to do whatever. You could be like, I am not sure that this is going to work, and it doesn't really make sense in a group environment to go whole hog into this thing that could waste money. But as me, I might have the freedom to do that. So, whereas I'm sure that in the future I may collaborate on a project, and I look forward to that. I don't want that to be my day in, day out responsibility. And finally, I think a big one is just being self-sufficient. I think that goes along with everything I've already said, but it's kind of succeeding or failing on my own. I like the idea that this may not work, but it won't be for lack of trying. I'm going to devote everything I can to it, and in 5 years, if I think, okay, I have given it my all, and either one, it didn't work like I thought it was going to, or two, I just don't care for it like I was going to, then I will be very satisfied, and I will have no problems looking for a more traditional job. Okay, so what have I done so far? It's been a little bit more than a week since I posted my last video. I'd like to get this to be a weekly vlog sort of thing. But right now it's just starting, and, I'm obviously trying to get as much done as I can. I worked on my website, and I published it, and I got some feedback, and it's going in the right direction, but still it's just adequate, and it is a bit, I don't know, even unprofessional, but just not as mature as it could be. It looks a little amateur. I think I did it professionally, but I just don't think it looks like something that's going to attract the sort of people that I want it to. And from the feedback that I got, it's kind of steering me in a better direction. So if anybody is listening to this who wants to go and take a look at my website and give me some ideas, I would really appreciate that. So a lot of articles that I've read, blogs that I've read, podcasts I've listened to, they all say it's okay to steal things, Obviously, there's a such thing as plagiarism, and there's a difference. It's a big difference, but it could be a subtle difference. So there are a few kind of architectural rendering websites that I found that I love, that they do the right thing. And there are some where it's like yes and no, but I think that I'm going to kind of take some direction from some of them. I'm going to kind of mimic those as close as I can, and then go back and make it my own, if that makes sense. It needs to work in the first place, that's where inspiration comes from. It's taking something and using it and saying, this is successful, this is what I want to emulate. And then naturally, just by being your own person and making your own decisions throughout the process. It's going to be your own creations. So in the next week, I'm going to massively overhaul my website. I think part of it is also that I know that right now I'm probably not going to get exclusively architectural rendering projects. I know that some of it's just going to be animations or 3D modeling of products and things like that. But that doesn't mean that that's what you should cater to. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure to create some projects that are more architecturally based. I have a lot of things that I think show my talent, show my skill level, show the type of quality of work I can do, but I don't have tons of buildings. I have a couple interiors, which I think are good, but I have no exteriors, and that, like, you know what I mean? That's a flaw. I need to fix that. So I need to create some exteriors of different sorts of buildings. I would definitely like to create some 3D floor plans, and I need to put those up there. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some projects that obviously aren't getting paid for, but that's what's going to attract people, and that's what's going to get people's attention. So I'm going to make my website and keep it in mind, keep the target in mind of architectural realtors, real estate, interior designers, landscape designers, and if you make something that's more simple and more general, that's probably going to appeal to the simple and general projects. And the people who want you to do something bigger are going to think, no, that's probably outside of your skill level. But if you do something bigger and put that on your website, then the general and simple people are going to look, well, yeah, she could totally do this for me, and it's probably going to be a relatively simple process for her. So it's hard being so close to something, like a website. And I thought that I was kind of viewing it from an outsider's perspective and trying to see what's going to look best. I think I might have done that decently in the content, but not the content, the pictures, but content is in the copy. And but I need to create some more stuff. So I also created this project in the past couple of weeks. It's a chessboard. I had created a chessboard, like a real life chessboard, earlier in the year. Worked on it from about January to March as a gift for someone, and I thought it looked really nice. I had my dad help me with it. He's an excellent woodworker and has the tools and kind of the knowledge about how to go about some of these things. Some things we figured out as we went along, but I thought it looked really nice in the end. And so we had started with plans. I found them from Woodworker's Journal, and I downloaded them. And so we created the chessboard from those plans. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool to use those plans to make a to-scale version as a 3D rendering? And so I made an animation of it all being assembled. It went from pictures of the plans to the assembly animation to pictures of the real life product. So check it out. It's on my YouTube page. It's also on my website and my Facebook page, which is Sam-BEE. And let me know what you think. But so as much as I like that project, that kind of reflects what I was talking about. It is not exactly appealing to the people I'm trying to attract. So need to get my act together and get some of that stuff done. So hopefully in the next week or two I can show you some of that. Thanks for listening, guys. This was episode 2 of the Freelance Dance. Let me know your feedback. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.